Chicago and a number of other large cities are preparing for a federal infusion to crack down on crime.
And President Trump's border czar is promising to take action in most sanctuary cities across the country. Doug Luzader has the latest from Washington.
President Trump spent part of his weekend attending the U.S. Open yesterday.
Chicago!
The protesters in Chicago spent part of their weekend decrying the president's looming immigration crackdown and possible National Guard deployment there.
We're not going to war. We're going to clean up our cities. We're going to clean them up so they don't kill 5 people every weekend. That's not war. That's common sense.
But the war question was ignited by this post by the president on social media, a takeoff on the movie Apocalypse Now, with the message, "I love the smell of deportations in the morning." Chicago is about to find out why it's called the Department of War.
They were truly interested in fighting crime, then they would work with local law enforcement.
Illinois Democrats were incensed, and this goes well beyond violent crime. The president's border czar says Chicago and other cities are already facing stepped-up immigration enforcement.
President Trump's prioritized sanctuary cities because sanctuary cities knowingly release illegal alien public safety threats to the streets every day. That's where the problem is.
And that follows last week's immigration raid at a Hyundai plant in Georgia that led to hundreds of arrests. The timing of National Guard deployments, though, still in question.
We could solve Chicago very quickly, but we're going to make a decision as to where we go over the next day or two.
Yeah, so we may hear something relatively soon on this. You know, one thing is for sure, they are laying the groundwork for a National Guard deployment in Chicago. Doesn't necessarily mean it's going to happen, doesn't give us an indication of when it could happen, but it may be imminent. Bob and Sandra.
I think it's interesting, Doug, that these are like two separate sort of federal actions, right? You have the deployment of the National Guard for what he says is a crackdown on crime, and then you have immigration enforcement here as well, where you send ICE in. So two separate agencies, and yet you even heard Tom Homan there sort of connecting the two, saying these people are being released and some of them are committing crimes.
Yeah, I mean, you know, for a while, the Trump administration has connected immigration enforcement with crime suppression, that if you get more illegal immigrants off the streets, you're going to bring crime levels down. But, yeah, these are two separate issues, and as far as stepped-up immigration enforcement, you listen to Tom Homan, the border czar, and it sounds like that's already underway in cities like Chicago.
We'll see what happens here in Los Angeles, too, if things intensify. All right, Doug, thank you so much.
Thanks, Doug.
Thank you.